Good Thursday morning, and welcome to Ice HCV. Hey, what a beautiful Thursday morning here in the Northern Virginia, Maryland, D.C. area, and look at that. Not a cloud in the sky, and it has cooled down, so it's not as toasty, boiling hot. It's hot, but nothing like it has been the last few days here. The rains came in yesterday and kind of cooled things down, and Bob down in Melbourne, Florida, claims that it's the desert. It is, they're not getting much rain. That's kind of interesting. As I remember, I think it was like a year or two ago down there in Florida where my family lives, the rains were just never letting up. And for up here, the rains aren't letting up. I mean, I think we're supposed to have thunderstorms afternoon like every day for next week. So for me, the cutting the grass, it just doesn't end. Until you cut the grass, you just don't get it. So, what's the big deal? Trust me, it wears you out. But here we are, getting in the house, getting the morning going, thinking about what we can talk about on the Thursday morning, end of the month conversations, because June is coming to a close. Now, how did the troublemakers do last night? This is the funkiest little spiders that are on my property. Look at these little guys. Should I be worried about those guys? I mean, I see them like everywhere. Am I going to die? Okay, so cage is intact. Cage smells like somebody crapped. That's unfortunate. Yep, he's shit. So he's got crap all over him. See right there? So he's going to need a bath. Wonder why he's had diarrhea. What's going on with the rebel dogs? I could tell if I walked the door. Oh boy. Yeah, the cleanup on aisle 5 never ends. So he crapped in that bed the night before. That bed there. What's going on? These guys didn't go in. I don't know. It was close to 11 o'clock last night. I don't know what's going on with the, the other dogs aren't, so that says, has he got a virus or something? I mean, he doesn't look lethargic. Let's see how the other dogs are doing. How is the big boy, see like Diesel, he's doing fine. These guys all kind of hang out and do the same thing. And if all of them had diarrhea, I'd be a little bit more concerned. But, I don't know. Kind of noticed that late yesterday with the Rebel Boy, but we'll have to kind of evaluate that. Is the food kind of bugging him? I don't know. It's always a mystery with the animals of what works and what doesn't, right? And, but here we go. Over to shop. Come on, puppies. And where the others went. I got them a ton of fresh water because the water situation is important. I got all their food bowls ready to go, so you don't have to sit here and watch me bend over 5 times to get the dog's dog food. So they're all good to go there. And we got to get the other little dogs up because, no, not you. Why do you want to go upstairs? Okay, well, I don't really care. You guys really want to go upstairs? I don't think you do. Come on. Here, pups. What I am going to do, though, is close the doors because they're going to get outside. No, come on. Stay here. Come on, Ginge. Come on, Scout. Come on. Scouty. Come on, let's go. Get in there. All right, now. Now, you guys hang out here on the routine. And let me close the barn doors because otherwise I get distracted. And when I get distracted, I kind of lose my focus. And as always, it's always like, no, come here, pup. What are we going to, what's going to be the conversation with the Iceman with keeping politics out of it? And there's so many people that ride off of the politics in social media. It's insane of how much money people make in social media that run their mouth every day just taking sides with one party versus other party. And, and I did that. On my channel, the morning conversations, the state of times, what's going on in our country. And many people felt like it ruined my channel. And And for the record, my channel never got bigger by any great means overnight. I didn't lose subscribers per se. So I've kind of just turned that rhetoric off. And so I've turned it off. But the thing is, it's so easy to take the current events of political things in our country to create content and conversation. So with me just saying, all right, I'm hearing people out there, they just don't want to hear it. And I don't blame you. Who the hell wants to tune into a YouTube channel just to hear more of the same conversation that the general media rides off of, that brainwashes everybody to take sides with political parties when both of the parties are a bunch of assholes? Both parties take our taxpayers' money and screw you. I mean, is anybody figuring this stuff out yet? That Elon Musk has totally exposed how both parties are just as corrupt as one of the other? They are. It's just, but anyway, so we're not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. But once again, it makes it more challenging to get up every day and to talk about something that may intrigue you to hear me talk. Which that's the whole point, is if you get out of bed or you turn on my channel in the afternoon or whatever time of day it is for Dermot over in Ireland, you know, it's already like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, something like that. 1300, I think what he calls it. And so what I thought to myself was, you know, we've got a problem. Yeah, we have a problem. And you say, we have a problem. Why would you say we have a problem? Robusta thinks I look like Mr. Clean. Yeah, Mr. Clean. Yes, I like it. I thought that's funny. I like the different comments on the new look, the shaved head look. I think if I shaved my beard, my eyebrows, I'd probably look 10 years younger. I probably would. So yeah, does that happen next? Yeah, who the hell knows with me? What's your lose? Just all grows back. So yeah, so we got a problem. Well, what is our problem? Well, I feel like my generation is the cars and trucks and motorcycles. Because when I grew up, you owning a really cool car or truck, that was special. And I think to myself, it's incredible how my kids texting me right now, and they kind of know that I do my YouTube video in the morning, so it just kind of befuddles me of why, but whatever. So here's the thing. The problem that I grew up with was I thought I had to have a really cool looking car or truck to fit in, and to think that the girls would like me because I have a really cool car or truck. I mean, who doesn't know this story? I mean, what was American Graffiti all about? I mean, you can go through the list of all the movies that all cater to an individual having a special car, a neat car, truck, whatever it may be. You can say the motorcycles, but I would be more on the page of the cars and trucks. And so it instantly created for me growing up the addiction to have a really cool car or truck. The main focal point of my life of being able to go to work and be able to own a really cool car or truck. And what I think to myself is what that's created in my lifetime, where my whole lifetime has been all about the cars and trucks. It's always been, you'll see all day long more pictures of me around my cars and trucks when I was younger than around a girlfriend. I mean, so it's just incredible on how my love and passion for cars and trucks has been my whole life. But here, coming at the later stages of my life, now it's the biggest thorn in my ass because of my addictions that pushed it so far that it has, it has ruined me in so many ways. Not just financially, but even relationship-wise. So I think to myself, where are we today? Where are we today with that same type of thought? And all you hear more than ever is the younger generation just doesn't have the same love. Not saying there's definitely a pocket of younger people that love the cars and trucks and motorcycles. But there also is a lot more that just aren't caught up into it because the age of technology has changed what you and I didn't have. I couldn't go see my friend Tim without riding a bicycle or walking to his house. When I called him on a phone, it was a landline phone, I couldn't see him or interact with him besides just a voice over the phone. If I actually wanted to go be with him in person, I had to ride my bicycle or walk to his house. Or his mother would drive him over to my house, or my mother drive me over to his house, vice versa, whatever it may be. So that was very challenging in my age, in my growing up. And then once you had a chance to have a car, that was a huge ticket to your freedom. So our generation related with vehicles, not only just having a really cool vehicle made you feel special, and if you had a really cool vehicle, your friends and people that knew you even looked at you even maybe more special. But the biggest thing was it gave you freedom to get out and do what you want to do without being under the house rule for the moment you're in the car. But today, that type of I think excitement isn't there because of this right here. You and I can FaceTime each other and see each other all day long. All the instant information and gratification of seeing, you can watch videos and you can be in the other side of the world just watching videos and watching content. You don't necessarily have to get in a car or in a plane or a boat or a bus or a train to go see these locations in the world where you now have that within hand's reach just because of your phone. So you have to, so when I say we've got a problem, what I really think the problem is why has the car industry and truck industry, the automotive industry, become so dominant of running this country and making everything so expensive? Why is that when it seems like the trend isn't going to continue to what it is? But how has it gotten away with that? How has the days of the car industry that so many years ago when I was growing up, car dealerships were begging you to buy a car, car dealerships were trying to discount cars. I mean, there's a lot of variables to that. I know that. But it just seems like today, more than ever, the dominance of the big auto industry is running this country like never, ever seen. And the amount of money that people are spending today to have a nice car is beyond believable. Where the numbers are for buying a nice truck today, you're going to spend over $50,000 to buy a nice diesel Chevy heavy-duty Bison truck. That's a $100,000 truck. Even with 10 grand off, you're still at $90,000. That's a house payment. That's a $2,000 a month obligation. And then you factor in how in my state, the state has abused the tax laws by attaching your car to now being part of their annual revenues for having a vehicle that sits in the state of Virginia that the tax man gets to tax you on over and over and over again just to enrich the state beyond believable. And we've seen me talk about this over and over again on my channel on how much money it costs to have these expensive vehicles. So you take my Chevy heavy duty Bison truck, with that being registered in my business name, there's no tax relief. That there is basically a $7,000 a year tax on that truck. Yes, my Ford F-150 Lightning truck that's sitting out here, that vehicle's in my personal name, so it'll get a half rate discount. So that one's going to be basically $3,500 to $4,000 a year just to have that vehicle. It's just beyond believable. So once again, we've got a major problem. The car industry is running our country like never ever seen. And for those that step back and look at what is going on around us, if you look at the dogs over here, so I'm getting distracted with the dog, wanting to eat out of one bowl. Yeah, and I think to myself, look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk now has the robo-taxi. Now his company just increased value. Now that Elon Musk has released the robo-taxi, his company once again has gotten $19 billion richer. I think I saw that. It could have been $1.9 billion richer, but I just saw a 1 and a 9. So just for record, now that Elon Musk has pulled the curtain back, and you can now ride around in a self-driving Tesla car that's your robo-taxi. His wealth just jumped through the roof again. It's incredible how Elon Musk, I mean, the earnings to the shares on their stock will never, ever be real. How does this work? How do I convince people to give me so much money of the what if one day of me just running my mouth? I don't understand NVIDIA's stock, the value of these stocks, the tech stock. I mean, is there anybody? To me, it's unbelievable. We're now going close to 20 years from the last big crash from 2008. And what was a huge crash back in 2000? It was the tech. The tech. We are on the. I mean, I think we're on the path where how much longer can people think that Tesla is going to be the world dominant maker of all this technology and make all these huge profits when their price of their stock? There's no way the price of stock can equal the profits. It's not even close. NVIDIA, it's just, once again, it's like me telling you, give me $100 today, and I guarantee you it'll be worth $10,000. Just give me $100 today, and I can promise you it'll be worth $10,000. These are type of stock evaluations we're talking about. Prove me wrong, everybody. Prove me wrong on how what I'm telling you of what the value of stock is, so the actual profits would have to be made in order for the value of that company really to be what it is. I mean, Tesla's worth more than any company, I think, in the world. Maybe NVIDIA now is. I'm not sure on that. I have to research that, but they've been one of the hottest stocks. But here's the real deal. China has mastered the automotive manufacturing. They have mastered the electric vehicle infrastructure and manufacturing. And their cars are a third to a half less than our cars in our country, if not even more. This is why Joe Biden was one of the first to put 200% tariffs on any Chinese vehicle coming to our country, because he knew that if Chinese come here to our country and start selling the product, the big union guy is going to be crying blues like never ever seen, because this automotive industry in our own country would just be undermined like never seen if the Chinese manufacturers are ever brought into this country, which they are in some ways. I was telling you the other day that there's a company out there that already is Chinese owned, that's already been given government subsidies to build electric batteries in our own backyard. Does it make any sense? So my point really that I'm trying to convey this morning is, it's incredible how, even for me, I've supported an industry that has driven the price of vehicles through the roof. But it doesn't seem like, for the average person, and I could be wrong, that there really are like, okay, I'm just done buying a car. I mean, I'm not seeing. I mean, to give you an example, my F-150 race truck, last week, I asked Mark, the general sales manager up at that location, to get me a number on my F-150 race truck. He, once again, was so overwhelmed with people standing in his showroom to buy a car, he didn't have time, and he never did get back to me. Never got back to me. Here's a guy that I've known this guy now since 2017, 8 years. I have bought so many cars in Koons Ford, and that's the way I get treated. Because it isn't about me coming to make him money anymore. In his book, his book is, now I'm just a pain in the ass. Because there's no value there to spend time with me, because he can't make any money off me. So now it's like, whatever, dude. But here's the point. I know for a fact that Kuhn's Baltimore Ford sells 3, 4, 500 cars a month. Every month. Every single month. And that's going on every day throughout the whole country. So if anybody thinks that these higher prices have slowed down the people begging to still buy a car, it hasn't happened. It's beyond believable that our country is appeasing to the big auto that has jacked the price of cars through the roof, and people still go line up to sign off on a huge monthly car payment, and they're happy as can be. Wow. And you witnessed it with a guy right here called Ice Age TV, where a guy went out and did just exactly that. And many of you on my channel were like, man, you're going to regret this. I remember all his comments. I remember that. So for me, my hand's going nuts. This camera up. One thing about this YouTube channel you don't know is holding this arm up with this phone. This really, it's very challenging. You're doing this all day long. So bringing you guys content, it is so challenging. It is so challenging, not just on the mental aspect, but the physical aspect. And I don't want a stick thing. A stick thing, I don't want it. I don't want a stick, stupid ass thing. So it's what I do. It's incredible what I do to bring content on this channel. And you can see, everybody can see that it's a sincere, long-term subscriber. You can see and how challenging this is, and how the rewards, the rewards just don't come. This is one of my best months in probably a year, and I thank everybody who's giving me tips, but that's the only reason. It's because I've gotten tips from others on my subscribers, and I'm not going to name names because I'll forget somebody's name, and then I'll feel bad about it. So I'm not going to name the names of who gave me tips because I'll forget somebody, and I'll be like, well, wait a second, why didn't you bring my name up? So I'm not going to do it. But everybody gave me a tip, thank you. But that's the only reason this month that my channel has made okay money. So for the record, if you're watching my channel day in, day out, I'm at $400 for the month. For the month. If you look at my channel over 25 days, how many videos have I made over the last 25 days? I'll just use the number 20 times 6. That's 120 videos. Am I right or wrong? I mean, so at the end of the month, I would have to say that I'm going to come in probably close to 150 videos for the month. Do you realize that I'm getting close to 5,000 videos on my channel? 5,000, no, stop it. 5,000 videos. I'm at 4,800 videos over a 5-year time frame. So over a 5-year time frame, 5,000 videos. That's close to 1,000 videos a year. That's basically, what, 80 videos a month? Is that right? But back in the early stages of my channel, I didn't make these many videos. Back in the first few years, I wasn't making 5, 6. It wasn't until just really in the last few years that I ramped it up, and I'm just never-ending making videos over and over again. Because it's about being in front of YouTube, and it's about me continuing to be in front of you, and that's the only way you can get anywhere in this industry is just by getting exposed. But that's the challenge. My channel just doesn't get the exposure that you would think it would get out of YouTube. We've had this conversation a gazillion times, which I might even go down that path. But once again, it's beyond believable of where we are. So you have to say to yourself, the younger generation, they're just not tasting it. So you have to wonder if the collapse of the auto industry is truly within hand's reach of our lifetime. We're going to witness a whole transformation of the automotive industry just getting hammered like never before. And what I think will drive it is the artificial intelligence and the robo-taxis, the self-driving cars, and the younger generation not being able to justify the $2,000 a month car payment to own a car. And that's where it is. I mean, if you stop and think about where I live, you just say you buy a $50,000 car, which is nothing, $50,000 car, and you finance at the end of the day the whole deal, the sales tax. I think they're gonna put in extended warranty, maintenance, wheel and tire, windshield, smell your ass, whatever. They're gonna put everything in it. You're gonna be at $60,000. If you just take a rough number of $20 a thousand bar, that's $1,200 a month. I'll back it down to $18 a thousand, and you're gonna be at basically $1,000 a month car payment, and then your insurance. If you live in Florida, your insurance should be $300 a month. If you live in Virginia, it's probably going to be at least $100 a month, if not $200 a month. And then if you live in Virginia, that $50,000 car is going to cost you roughly about $2,000 a year. About $2,000 a year in and personal property tax. So your obligation is going to be close to $1,500 a month for a car. For just a $50,000 car. And once again, the younger generation, do you really think they're going to be excited about that? I can't see it. So I think the automotive industry is in for a rude awakening. It isn't going to happen tomorrow. It will not happen tomorrow. But I think where this industry is, on how it continues to just posture itself, and what you really need to step back and think about too is all the big guys are buying up all the little guys, so they have a monopoly in the market. Is anybody recognizing this? Does anybody understand who Asbury Automotive Group is? There's a bunch of major, mega conglomerates that are buying up all these dealerships so that they can monopolize the market, that they can control the pricing. Are you kidding me? Why would they buy up all these dealerships? And why would they buy up all these dealerships if it was a lousy investment? These dealerships are investments because they make so much money. So I'm going to tell you straight up. I can't tell you who it is. One of my friends that runs a dealership. And it's not a big dealership. Their overhead is $2 million a month. You just hear that? $2 million a month. So if you're open 30 days out of the month, how much money every day do you need to make just to pay, talking about the payroll, the rent, the real estate taxes, talking about, blah, 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 everything to run a dealership, you need $2 million a month. So when the car dealership tells you, we ain't making no money off this car, they are full of shit. They're making a ton of fucking money off this car. They all preach the same freaking thing, but yet they'll present it like, we barely make any money. You barely make any money, yet you have to break even, need $2 million. What is that, everybody? What's $2 million? Is that 30,000? No, that's got to be 50,000, $70,000 basically a day. They need to make a profit of $70,000 a day just to be able to pay the bills. So why would a car dealership industry be buying up dealerships left and right? Why would the owners of these car dealerships just keep them forever and ever and ever if they're not making any money? So that just tells you how the profits are big. They're huge. And the owners enrich themselves like never ever seen. Yes. Because of us continuing to support the industry where the manufacturers have jacked the hell out of the price of cars, and all the dealership does is look at you like, hey, ain't my problem. Well, yeah, it is your problem, because if you started bitching to your manufacturers about how they're getting away with charging too much for cars, and customers are walking out of the door, it would change the whole rhetoric, everybody. And Sean Fay, the United Auto Workers president, if you remember, just a year ago, that guy was jumping up and down how he's made it so all these union employees that work on the assembly line are going to be making $200,000 a year at some point. Yeah, they all jacked their, do you remember that? It's a phased-in salary, or I should say job, income, however you want to say it. So for the United Auto Workers, they're even now creating even more havoc in the industry because of how much they're jacking. I mean, it cracks me up, everybody. Why wouldn't a Sean Fay gone to Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, AOC, Nancy Pelosi, all these other individuals and gone, why don't you just take away the tax? And the union, if you guys love the unions for the auto industry as much as you love them, let's do this. For the first $50,000, the union workers, no tax, no tax. Don't force the hand of the consumers continue to have to pay this government overreach of taxation. So where's that idea, Sean Fay? Instead of beating up the manufacturers, instead of beating up the big auto and having to pay more to their union auto assembly line builders, why don't we why don't we beat up the government? And hey, Sean, why weren't you beating the hell out of the government saying you tax everything too much? There's so much tax and everything. So once again, a $50,000 no tax, and then at $75,000, it's just make it half the tax it should be. At 100, then it's full tax. How about that idea? So that guy didn't have to get a pay raise for making $17 or $18 or $20 an hour to $30 or $40 an hour. You didn't have to do that. No, people think this way? Hell no. Hell no. I love how Joe Rogan kicked frickin' Bernie's ass. Kicked the guy's ass. Kick him in the ass. Kick these frickin', I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. They're all taking your tax money. They're all down there in the Capitol. I live in the Capitol. I drove right by the Capitol every day. All these asshats are down there arguing among themselves how to spend your money. Yes. And then they argue about how they're going to spend your money and then get the whole frickin' thing of where does the money actually go, everybody? Yeah. But hey, it's okay because you know what? Just go to the car dealership today and go beg to buy a car. Go for it. My days of doing that are over. I'm on the page. I have to beg people to buy my car to get out of it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm the guy having to beg people to buy my motorcycle or car just to get out of it. And how does that play out? It's nope, too expensive. Your motorcycle, your Harley Davidson motorcycle that people go and buy a brand new one. It's not really that much different, everybody. The brand new 24 Harley Davidson non-CVO. Even Chris made a comment. He thinks my bike looks better and probably rides better than his bike. He said that. I kind of felt for him down that when we were riding together. I'd want to say, yeah, I don't disagree. I think my Harley looks far better than your 24. I don't think the 24 Harleys redesign look good at all. I think the CVST, that's the only one I think looks cool. All the rest of them, I just think, eh. But here's the reality. What did Harley do? Oh, they did lower their prices. Yeah, gee, thanks. Yeah, gee, thanks. By them lowering their prices, what did that do? Oh, that killed the value of every frickin' Harley Davidson model I have sitting in here. That's why I'm to the point like, hey, Harley, just come get them. Just come get them. You know why? You frickin' screwed the pooch. So I guess I'll have to screw your pooch because here's the ball game. I can't sell this stuff because you discounted all your brand new bikes by $10,000. So you take the $10,000 hit. Come chase me for the money. Good luck. Just get lined up in the end with 20 or 30 other people. How do you handle that? How do you handle that? Can you handle that? Could you handle what I'm going through? Most people, no way. There's no way most people would. There's no way you can handle what the shit show I'm going through. There's no way. I can guarantee you. I wouldn't say all of you, but somebody like, I quit, I give up. You're probably smarter than me. But I'm not giving up yet. I said yet, right? So what does that mean? Well, I guess that means I should give up. Who knows? All right, that's it. I'm going to shut up. I try to bring in content and conversation. It's challenging. It's challenging. That's for damn sure. And that's why here lately I just haven't been making a lot of videos because it's hot as hell out. And what am I going to talk about, everybody? I mean, it's challenging, everybody, to get in a vehicle and drive around the road and give you guys content of me driving around the Jeep Mojave. I guess I could today. I mean, I can do that. I can talk. But I try not to be redundant on the same conversation. That's the challenge. I mean, I could talk about the same thing over and over again. I probably already do, but I'm just too much of a knucklehead to know. So anyways, that's it. appreciate the support. I mean, 5.5 years in, when does my channel just explode? I mean, when? Why? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. It's obviously I don't get it. I'm in an industry that I'm just not very good at. Which I get it. I mean, I understand. I understand the social media. Everybody wants to be a social media star from just running their mouth. Everybody wants to do it. Everyone wants to do it and make their millions just by being the social media star. So I get it, everybody. Truly get it. But I appreciate those that are sincere to my channel and stay with me on my channel. And you guys are fun. But I mean, for me, I've said it a gazillion times. I don't know how I would act. How do you interact? How do these other creators interact with their subscriber base when they have thousands of comments? How do they have the time to do that? I mean, that's where you just have to say to yourself, there's, something saying, it seems fishy. It seems also fishy in some of these creators. They get so much attention for really just talking what the media talks about all day long. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. But I'm not going to bitch. Why do I want to bitch? Well, I guess I have you guys to bitch with, right? Or bitch at. So that's it. I got to shut up. I got to work. God bless. Have a great day.